Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome and thank you for joining me. So, a few people have commented that even though they meditate, they still have a very noisy mind. And that's normal. Your mind is going to talk to you, and thoughts are going to come through your head anyway. You have no control over that. But one thing that you can do in order to calm those thoughts down is to really jump on top of them and observe them, but create a little bit of separation there so that after a while, the thoughts start to come through you, but you don't get attached to them. You view them as just something that is happening. And so you can observe them, kind of go with them, but you remain like one step behind them, like you're observing them. And so with this meditation, what we're going to do is we're just going to actively watch our thoughts without following them along. So we're going to stay just one step behind them. But it's actually a little bit of a dangerous meditation because it's so easy to just get absorbed into those thoughts and, be lost for minutes. And so it's kind of not very effective if you do that. So what I'm going to do to help is every 30 seconds, I'm just going to ring this little bell. And that is just going to be your reminder that, oh, I'm not supposed to be following this thought. I'm supposed to be walking behind this thought and just watching it. And as you do that, you'll notice that your mind actually calms down. The thoughts don't come quite so quick and fast anymore, and they tend to also just tail off. All right, so we're going to start as we always do. If you just make yourself nice and comfortable, just adjust your posture in your seat so that you sit nice and tall with your spine as straight as possible. Put your feet flat on the floor. And then when you're ready, just close your eyes. Now, starting with your feet, I want you to feel your arches just melting into the carpet. Just feel your feet expanding as you do that. Moving on up to your calf muscles. Just relax them and allow them to hang down at the back of your leg. Feel the muscle fibers just separating and expanding outwards as you do that. And moving up to your thighs and your hamstrings. Just relax those big muscles. If they feel as though they need to flop somewhere, just let them do that. But make sure they end up somewhere very neutral so you're not holding them in tension. And moving on up to your hips and your pelvis. Make sure your upper body, your head, your neck, your shoulders, your back, make sure everything is aligned perfectly over the base of your spine. Now moving on up a little further to your upper back and your shoulders. Just relax and release any muscle tension that's there. Feel all that stress just dissipating. Relax your elbows. Allow your shoulders to drop slightly and just feel them naturally wanting to pull back on their own. Feel that extra little bit of weight on your hands as you relax your shoulders and your elbows. Now moving on up to your head. Make sure that giant bowling ball that sits on the top of your neck is perfectly balanced. Make sure it's sitting right on top of your spine. Just wiggle your head around in a little circle if you want to. Just come back to that neutral spot right in the middle. Now, keeping your mouth closed, just relax your jaw and allow your teeth to separate slightly. Make sure you're not squinting or frowning. Just relax your face. Allow the muscles to soften. Now turn your attention to your breathing. And just notice that gentle rhythm as you breathe in. Feel your lungs expanding. Notice that little pause right at the top of your breathing. And then exhale gently and just allow yourself to relax and float down with that gentle breath. So breathe in, fill your body with wonderful oxygen and wonderful energy. Notice that stillness right at the top of your breath. And then breathe out ever so gently. Breathe in and relax as you breathe out. Breathe in. Notice the stillness and relax as you breathe out. Now, I want you to turn your attention to your thoughts. Literally just wait there for the next thought to come through. Allow the thought to happen. Allow the thought to be there. But don't jump on board with the story. Just walk behind the thought and see the thought as something that is passing through you. You're not generating the thought, but the thought is happening within you. So just observe that, and I'll start ringing the bell every 30 seconds or so, just to remind you that you're not supposed to climb on board the thoughts, but just follow along behind them. So we're going to do that for 5 minutes. That's our 5 minutes up right there. So you can just return now to your regular breathing. Just notice that calm and that stillness within yourself. I want you to just realize that you can just observe your thoughts all day long. Try not to engage with them if you can. You may have to trust me when I tell you that you don't need any of those thoughts whatsoever. You can just let them come and go. And once you spend a little bit of time doing that and realizing that the thoughts literally have no effect on your physical environment or what's going on around you, you can start to observe them as something that travels through you rather than something that you're generating for yourself. So start to become aware of your feet pressing against the floor. Feel yourself sitting in your seat. Feel your breathing. Listen to any sounds in the room around you. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come on back. All right, so that's a wonderful meditation to do. And again, you can actually practice that all the time, all day long. If you're walking to an office meeting or walking out to your car somewhere, just practice that. Just notice your thoughts, but remain one step behind them so that you watch them travel by just like you would watch a car driving down the street. And don't engage with those thoughts. And you'll find that over time, the thoughts just naturally dissipate all on their own, and they won't come quite so thick and fast. And you certainly won't get dragged into any of the drama. You'll just allow them to be. And so have a wonderful Friday. I know a lot of people get stressed out on Fridays, and so this is the day that you've got to power through. Use that focus that we just generated now, and hopefully your mind actually goes silent at some point today so that you can concentrate and get your work done. All right, thanks for joining me. I'll be back again tonight, 7 p.m., for relaxation and letting go of all of that stress from the day. All right, thanks. Bye.